Ever had a kidney stone before? They suck. They hurt a lot. And, well, turns out that I'm pretty sure that I had one while on vacation in Canada a couple weeks back with my young daughter. Well, I found myself staring down the question of whether I needed to visit a Canadian ER or not. And after hours of painful pacing and analysis later, I discovered things were progressing enough where I thought it was not worth being seen, because I was worried that the waiting time would result in us missing our boat back to the US the next morning. And it turns out, had I been in the US and this had happened, I would have made the exact same choice. I would have chosen not to go to the ER that night for the simple reason, well, for a different reason, that instead of costing 6 to 8 hours to tell me something that I was already sure I knew, to costing hundreds, if not thousands of dollars to tell me something that I already was pretty sure that I knew. So I waited for things to improve enough, and sure enough, they did. Got some sleep and got on the boat the next morning just fine. Sore, but fine. Then once we got back to Maine, we visited an urgent care clinic instead. So instead of costing 6 to 8 hours or hundreds or thousands of dollars, cost me $90, 30 minutes for a consult, blood work, to say, yep, this was more likely a kidney stone. Here's some notes for your doctor. Here's some antibiotics if you need them. Have a nice day. So the lesson here is not, is one system better or worse than the other? It's that everything has a cost. What cost are you going to pay? So I chose to take the risk of waiting to see if things got better before, or worse, before deciding to act. And because they got better enough, I felt comfortable enough waiting. If things had escalated, yeah, I certainly would have gone to the ER that night whether I wanted to or not, and taken advantage of whatever backup plans that I had for getting back home. But again, it's not a political thing here. It's a simple question. What's the cost? I had international insurance. It would not have cost me anything to go to a Canadian hospital. But I chose not to because I didn't want to risk time in getting back home when I was already pretty sure of what was going on. See you on the summit.